In a world where diversions abound, doubt about oneself, and continual comparison, it's simple to lose sight of your actual potential. But what if you could take control of your thoughts and pretend that you're already at the top of your game, while paving the way for greatness? This video will discuss 10 effective practices that can help you increase your mental strength and are based on Buddhist teachings. Quiet self-doubt and take control of your life. This is about living a different life, not merely a different way of thinking. Let's start by creating an alter ego. In Buddhism, this concept is associated with visualizing your higher self or connecting with your Buddha nature, which is the enlightened, brave, and compassionate aspect of yourself that lies beneath the surface of everyday distractions and uncertainties. To start, list the attributes you find most peaceful. Under pressure, resilience, kindness, or wisdom make a persona that reflects these qualities. Imagine yourself assuming this persona when faced with difficult circumstances. If you're anxious before a presentation, stop, take a deep breath, and visualize your better self, the confident, wise version of yourself. Taking charge of your own image over time, developing this practice can help you automatically exhibit those qualities by standing tall, speaking clearly, and exuding calm energy. Creating micro-routines of excellence by rewiring your brain to function from a place of strength and clarity. Since the Buddha taught that how you do anything is how you do everything, even seemingly little activities like changing your bed or drinking tea have the capacity to develop discipline and focus. This is why Buddhist teachings encourage awareness in all actions, even in the smallest routines. Begin by determining which minor daily activities you can enhance with mindfulness. For instance, instead of hurrying through your morning, make brushing your teeth a sacred ceremony. These micro-routines serve as anchors for your day, setting the tone for excellence and mindfulness in everything you do. Over time, they strengthen your ability to stay present and complete every task, no matter how small, with focus and intention. For example, when you make your bed, give it your full attention and appreciate the act of creating order. Chanting mantras or affirmations is a deeply ingrained Buddhist practice that helps to align the mind with positive goals. Buddhism places a high value on the power of words. One of the steps on the Noble Eightfold Path is right speech, which reminds us that our words shape our reality. Develop this habit by crafting affirmations that align with your objectives. For instance, if you're trying to increase your confidence, say out loud, "I am calm, capable, and resilient," and combine it with visualization or focused breathing. Affirmations reprogram your brain to focus on good outcomes, which is the science behind this practice in Buddhism. This is supported by the conviction that there is karmic force in words. It takes more than just motivation to talk your success into existence. It also involves laying the groundwork for your mind to flourish in 4 high-pressure situations. Buddhism teaches us to welcome discomfort as a tool for personal development. This is demonstrated in meditation practices, where monks observe restlessness for extended periods of time without succumbing to it. When mindfully approached, environments mirror this principle, teaching you resilience and sharpening your focus to put this habit into practice. This could involve taking on a responsibility outside of your comfort zone, volunteering for a task that intimidates you, or practicing mindfulness in hectic settings like a noisy coffee shop. When you train yourself to thrive, it's important to stay in the moment and watch your responses objectively. In addition to developing mental toughness, under pressure you learn to maintain your composure, which is something that Buddhist teachings advise us to do when confronted with life's unavoidable obstacles. 5. The challenge of no complaints in Buddhism. The concept of proper speech encourages us to use words that are kind, truthful, and constructive. Complaining not only goes against this principle, but also feeds a vicious cycle of negativity. Complaining is one of the easiest habits to get into, but it's also one of the most detrimental. That prevents us from moving forward with strength and clarity by clouding our judgment and depleting our energy by keeping us focused on issues rather than solutions. The No Complaints Challenge is a potent technique based on self-control and mindfulness that tests your ability to fully understand your words and how they affect your emotional and mental health. The goal is to stop complaining about everything for a whole day or even a week. This isn't about denying your feelings or acting as though nothing is wrong. Rather, it's about changing the way you think about problems and finding more thoughtful ways to deal with them. For instance, as you go about your day, notice when you feel the need to complain and ask yourself, what am I trying to achieve by complaining? Is there a way to express this constructively or address the issue directly? If a situation irritates you, change your perspective instead of saying, I can't believe this traffic is so bad. Try reframing it. This is a chance to listen to an audiobook or practice patience. If a task feels too difficult, replace it with this. Your mind to perceive opportunities rather than challenges. It's acceptable if you first catch yourself reverting to previous behaviors. The important thing is to recognize this without passing judgment and change your goal. Over time, you'll discover that your thoughts are more focused on solutions and thankfulness than on issues. When you let go of complaints, you'll begin to see how much of your energy was being squandered on negativity. The advantages of this practice are extensive. By concentrating on what you can manage and letting go of what you cannot, you develop self-reliance, positivism, and a greater sense of purpose. It does more than just make you more likable to be around. The Lack of Grievances Challenge is more than just altering your words. It's also about altering your perspective and, eventually, your life. One of the most profound and life-changing practices in Buddhism is to train yourself for silence. This is not just about not making noise. It's about being in a state of active being where we allow ourselves to listen to the world around us, to our inner thoughts, and to the truths that are frequently lost in the din of everyday life, according to Buddhist teachings. Silence can help you develop inner peace, self-awareness, and mindfulness. By embracing quiet, we make room to face our feelings, ideas, and mental chatter, which frequently goes unnoticed in our hectic life. For instance, monks practice silence for extended periods of time, sometimes even days or weeks. They use quiet to learn to notice their thoughts objectively, not to flee from the outside world, but to re-establish a connection with their inner selves, reveal hidden thought patterns, and improve their capacity for present-moment awareness. This practice helps them cultivate clarity, compassion, and resilience that they apply to their interactions with the outside world. You don't have to be a monk to reap the benefits of this practice. You can begin simply by setting aside 10 to 15 minutes each day for silence. Find a peaceful area where you won't be bothered. Turn off all electronics, sit comfortably, close your eyes if necessary, and just watch your thoughts as they come and go. You don't have to resist or control them. Instead, let them flow freely like clouds in the sky. At first, you might find this practice to be mentally taxing. Your mind may be racing with ideas for to-do lists or feelings you've been repressing. But this restlessness is perfectly normal and a sign that you're starting to notice the constant but frequently ignored mental noise. Rather than resisting, acknowledge these thoughts with curiosity and allow them to pass. Eventually, you'll notice that the noise starts to subside, leaving behind a sense of clarity and stillness. Truths that are frequently lost in the bustle of life might be revealed via silence. You might learn more about issues you've been facing, get a fresh viewpoint, or just have a greater sense of serenity and self-connection during these quiet moments. Recognize that many of the answers to life's questions are already inside of you, waiting to be heard. This habit of silence not only benefits your inner world, but it also improves your interactions with the outside world by teaching you to listen intently and think things through before acting. You'll approach relationships and challenges with greater patience and understanding over time, and silence eventually becomes more than just a daily practice. It becomes a powerful tool for navigating life with calm confidence and purpose. 7. Learn one unrelated skill. Buddhism encourages us to approach life with an open mind, curiosity, and a readiness to learn without previous conceptions. One effective method to live out this idea is to learn a new unrelated talent that forces you to step outside of your comfort zone, enhances creativity, adaptability, and problem-solving skills, all of which can lead to success in other areas of your life. For instance, if you're a logical thinker working in a technical field, learning an artistic skill like painting or music can bring balance and stimulate your imagination. It also reminds you of the joy and humility that come from being a student of life when you focus on something outside of your usual interests or expertise. Start by picking something that interests you. It doesn't have to be useful or career-related. It could be something you've always wanted to do but haven't, like learning to play the guitar, practicing calligraphy, or studying a foreign language. The important thing is to approach it with excitement and patience, free from the demands of perfection or quick results. Buddhism stresses learning this new talent by being totally present in the process, rather than obsessing about the result. Concentrate on every stage of the trip. Observe how your hands move, the sensations you experience, and the emotions that arise. You may have moments of frustration or self-doubt, but these are opportunities to practice mindfulness and perseverance every time you overcome a challenge, no matter how small. In Buddhism, attachment to a fixed identity or role can limit your growth. By stepping into something unfamiliar, you remind yourself that you are fluid, adaptable, and capable of much more than you realize. Over time, this practice will ripple into other areas of your life. You'll approach problems with a fresh perspective, make unexpected connections between seemingly unrelated ideas, and find greater joy in everyday tasks. You might even uncover hidden talents or passions that you never knew existed. Create new opportunities. Developing an attitude of inquiry, adaptability, and lifelong improvement is more important than simply learning new skills. It is entirely consistent with the Buddhist principle that every moment is an opportunity to grow and learn more about the world and oneself. 8. Build a victory vault. Buddhism encourages us to consider and value the benefits of our deeds, which is consistent with the idea of karma, the purposeful deeds and their consequences. Constructing a triumph vault is a contemporary application of this idea. It's a place to gather and consider your accomplishments, no matter how minor, to remind yourself of your fortitude, resiliency, and growth. Our brains are frequently biased toward negativity. We frequently concentrate on what's wrong or what we haven't done yet, ignoring the successes we've already attained. A triumph vault combats this inclination by purposefully directing your attention toward your achievements. It acts as a source of inspiration and confidence, particularly in trying or self-doubting moments. Here's how to build your own triumph. The vault. Choose a structure that is comfortable for you first. It might be a notebook, a digital folder, or even a real box where you can keep symbols of your accomplishments. Every time you complete a significant task, Record it in your vault. Don't limit yourself to major milestones. Write down what you did, how you felt, and why it matters. For instance, if you made a good presentation at work, note not just that you did it but also how you prepared, overcame your nervousness, and received favorable comments. Little wins are just as significant and frequently disregarded. Buddhism teaches us to live fully in the present moment and appreciate each step of our journey. Did you maintain a healthy habit for a week and add it to your vault? Did you have a challenging conversation that went well? Over time, these little victories add up to paint a powerful picture of your growth and capabilities. Instead of racing to the next goal without acknowledgement, Vault encourages you to be aware of your progress. On days when you feel depressed or uncertain of yourself, remember your victory because it helps you develop gratitude for your efforts, which is a crucial aspect of Buddhist practice. The Vault examine your prior successes to be reminded of your capacity to overcome obstacles. This action isn't about moping about the past. Rather, it's about utilizing it as motivation to keep moving forward. Every triumph, no matter how tiny, is proof of your tenacity and resourcefulness. By documenting and savoring your victories, you teach yourself to be kinder and more supportive toward yourself, creating a more positive internal dialogue. Vault also supports the Buddhist idea of self-compassion, as many of us are quick to criticize ourselves when we fail but slow to celebrate when we succeed. Spend some time thinking back on your accomplishments, as well as this practice fosters humility and thankfulness, enabling you to view your achievements as stepping stones rather than final destinations based on the lessons you've learned along the road. Every entry you make in your victory vault serves as a reminder that you can make progress. It's a tangible representation of the positive karma you've developed and a source of inspiration for the journey ahead. As your victory vault expands, so will your belief that every little effort you make brings you one step closer to your full potential. This helps you grow personally, even when the journey feels challenging. It reminds you of how far you've come, strengthens your belief in your abilities, and inspires you to keep working toward your goals with confidence and mindfulness. 9. Give yourself a mental challenge to begin each day. Buddhism holds that all sensations originate in the mind. Mental training is necessary to develop resilience, clarity, and focus by helping you sharpen your intellect and lay a solid foundation for the remainder of the day. Beginning your day with a mental challenge reflects this Buddhist ideal. It's like a brain warm-up that gets your brain ready to tackle jobs and challenges with composure and accuracy. Solving a puzzle, thinking back on a significant lesson, practicing mindfulness, or keeping a journal are all examples of simple mental challenges. This practice is in line with the Buddhist teaching of mindfulness, which is to be fully present in whatever you're doing. When you begin your day with a mental challenge, you're not just going through the motions. You're training your brain to approach life with intention and awareness over time. This habit strengthens your ability to focus, solve problems, and remain adaptable in the face of uncertainty. For example, you could spend 5 minutes reflecting on the Buddhist concept of impermanence and how it applies to your life. These simple exercises not only stimulate your intellect, but also foster a deeper understanding of yourself and the world around you. Setting a goal or intention that calls for mental work is another strategy. For example, you could resolve to change a negative thought into a positive one every morning. If you wake up feeling anxious due to a hectic schedule, challenge yourself to concentrate on your blessings instead. I'm thankful for the chance to take on these tasks and develop as a result. This small change in viewpoint can have a significant effect on your attitude all day long. Journaling is a particularly effective mental exercise where you spend a few minutes writing about a particular issue, such what do I want to achieve today, or what is one thing I can let go of to find peace. Writing helps you think more clearly and approach each day with more purpose and intention. In Buddhist practice, setbacks are viewed as chances for personal development rather than as barriers. This attitude is essential when you begin your day with a mental challenge. Instead of viewing it as a duty, see it as a gift, an opportunity to broaden your horizons, learn something new, and get ready for everything that comes your way. Mindfulness meditation is an additional mental challenge that you might use. When your thoughts start to stray, gently draw them back to the here and now by concentrating only on your breathing or a mantra for a few minutes. This practice may appear easy, but it trains your brain to stay focused and stable in the face of distractions and calls for mental discipline. Starting your day this manner fosters long-term mental resilience, in addition to short-term mental health benefits. Over time, you'll observe that your focus increases, your problem-solving abilities sharpen, and your emotional responses become more balanced. When you challenge yourself mentally in the morning, you approach the rest of the day with a sense of readiness and confidence. Over time, you train your mind to embrace complexity rather than shy away from it. This simple habit helps you build a reservoir of mental clarity and strength that empowers you to tackle bigger challenges in life. It also reinforces the Buddhist principle of right effort, encouraging you to consistently cultivate positive qualities in your life. This practice can be a way to set the tone for a more balanced and intent life. It becomes a foundation for personal growth and spiritual awakening, bringing purpose and mindfulness to everyday 10. Utilized in Buddhism, contrast visualization is a common technique for developing insight, compassion, and mindfulness. By pushing you to consider both positive and negative options, contrast visualization helps you make decisions with clarity and purpose. It involves visualizing not only the benefits of success, but also the possible outcomes of inaction or failure. According to Buddhist teachings, this dual viewpoint strongly motivates and instills a sense of urgency in you, encouraging you to act with focus and intention. One of the main practices is reflecting on life's transience. It serves as a reminder that possibilities, like everything else, come and go and that time is of the essence. This idea is supported by contrast visualization, which encourages you to think about what you stand to lose if you don't act. For instance, if you're working toward a goal but aren't feeling motivated, picture the disappointment or regret you might experience if you let the opportunity pass you by. This idea can simultaneously inspire you to act decisively and with determination. Additionally, contrast visualization encourages you to concentrate on the benefits that will arise if you follow your path. Picture yourself reaching your objective and how it will feel. How will it enhance your life or the lives of others? This visualizing technique is consistent with Buddhist customs that stress thankfulness, hope, and the development of positive karma via attentive action. By striking a balance between these two viewpoints, you can build a thorough mental image of the risks and rewards, strengthening and focusing your goals. Here's how to successfully practice contrast visualization. Start by taking a few deep breaths, closing your eyes, and sitting in a peaceful area where you won't be bothered. Focus on yourself. Begin by seeing the finest potential conclusion for your objective. Picture every aspect, including how it will look, feel, and affect your life. Then completely immerse yourself in this vision, letting it motivate and inspire you. This isn't meant to make you feel nervous or disheartened. Rather, it's about raising awareness of the stakes involved and the significance of sticking to your goals. Turn your attention to the other side of things and consider what might happen if you don't take action. Consider the opportunities that were lost, the difficulties that could result from procrastinating, or the regret you might feel later. The reason contrast visualization is effective is that it appeals to both your emotional and intellectual faculties. Together, the negative and optimistic visions provide a balanced viewpoint that inspires you to take proactive measures toward your objectives by reminding you of the repercussions of inaction and appealing to your aspirations and ambitions. Incorporating contrast visualization into your routine doesn't take much time. You can do it for a few minutes each morning as part of your meditation or reflection practice over time. This approach reflects the Buddhist teaching of finding balance and harmony in everything. One major advantage of this practice is that it helps you develop a deeper sense of mindfulness about your choices. Rather than acting out of habit or impulse, you become more intentional, weighing the potential outcomes of your actions. This mindfulness extends beyond your personal goals, influencing how you approach relationships, challenges, and opportunities in your daily life. This technique develops gratitude as you visualize both the positive and negative outcomes. You start to appreciate the opportunities you have and the progress you're capable of making. Contrast visualization is not just about achieving success. It's about deepening your awareness of your own potential and the value of living a purposeful, intentional life. It helps you stay focused and motivated, especially when faced with uncertainty or doubt. By visualizing the challenges or setbacks you might encounter, you prepare yourself mentally to face them with confidence and determination. This is in line with his teachings, which emphasize embracing life's challenges as opportunities for growth. Regular practice of life helps you develop a mindset that is motivated by possibilities and rooted in reality, enabling you to move forward with courage, confidence, and clarity.